Through every rush and hell, we dive deep into the stories behind the rail. Respecting the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, respect the fight. We bring the best, we can't hide. Respect the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, respect the fight. We bring the best, we can't hide. We dive deep into the stories behind the ring. Respect the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, respect the fight. We bring the best.
And we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft, as we are joined here by the good brother himself. He is the hype beast, Ben Ruten. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Thank
How's
you
it-
for having me on. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm glad we could finally do this episode. And look at that right
Absolutely.
there. Got the merch already out. Look at that. Got to support that. Link to all
Nice
that
little,
will be in
nice
the
little
description.
sneakers in every single size possible. Just gonna let y'all know that.
There you go. Link to all that will be in the description down below. Contact the man, get you some sneakers. They do look dope. I got to give you that. It's not just because you're on here, but they do look dope.
Appreciate
But
that. Appreciate it. A lot
but
of
now
hard work into it. A lot of hard work.
I can imagine. We're definitely going to talk about that in a little bit. But before I get into everything, I have to ask you the question I ask everyone that comes on, and that is for you. When you heard the name of the show, it's called Respect the Craft. So when you hear that term, though, the craft, what does that mean to you?
All right. So when you say craft, it's very similar to when I say my styles. So when you say your craft, it's what you believe you're the best at. What you know that you can handle with your hands and you can perform the best at. That's the same thing when I tell you that my style in everything I do is top notch. A lot of people get that confused when they say, oh, he's just talking about the way he dressed. No, style in the ring, the style, the way I dress, the style, the way I walk, the way I move. Everything I do has style. So I guess I can say everything I do has the top notch craft.
I like
That's
it.
the
There
best
you
way I
go.
can put it.
No, hey, that works. That works. And again, it shows you truly have that respect for the craft there. So now I wanna ask this, because I definitely know there's gonna be two versions I have to ask this in. But first, we're gonna go to this craft side of things, the ring side of things, wrestling side of things. When it comes to what was it for you that made you decide I want to step through those ropes? What was it for you that made you decide this isn't just something I enjoy watching or possibly contemplated enjoying or going to? It was something that now I got to get in there.
All right, so it's weird. So we can all say we have our favorite wrestlers, and they the ones who pushed us and stuff like that. So it's the same thing like with fashion for me. I started fashion. I was a big fan of it. I took the chance. Something just clicked, and I said, "Let's do it." So to start wrestling, it was NXT Brooklyn.
Okay.
It was Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And I decided to go by myself. Nobody wanted to go. I went and I watched. And not in a cocky way, but I looked at this and I said, dude, I want to do this. I can do this. I've been a fan all my life. As a kid, loved it. No one can ever take wrestling out of my life. But after that is when I decided, like, all right, I'm going to wrestling school. I'm doing this and I'm going to show my style in wrestling. I'm going to transform what I do and what I love from outside and bring that into the world of wrestling.
Got you. And here we go. Before we keep going, I want to show some love here to the comments. We got Anthony Blackwell saying, "Ben, love this dude." There you go. Much love
Appreciate it.
to
Appreciate it. Love you
ABJ
too.
there. But so now I do want to get into this. I want to get into the idea of now finding yourself once you decided to join the craft. What was it for you that finally it clicked that it's like, you know what, this was the right choice? Like,
Uh, so finding myself was not easy.
yeah,
It was not easy, and I mean, joining wrestling school actually. I think you were still there when I got there. When I got there, you were still there,
yep.
and
I was yeah, that's definitely something I was gonna bring up. I got to see those early days. I got to see the early days of Ben, and I got
yeah,
to see a lot of the creation and all that. So that's why I wanted to get into
yeah,
here. That finding yourself and finding what was it that made you again that it clicked and it's like, you know what, this was the right choice here. Going under Red, going under the guys that were there. What
yeah.
was it that finally it clicked that it's like, you know what, this works. We got to keep going.
Yeah. Well, I definitely got to give my shout out to House of Glory.
Yeah.
You know, Brian XL, Amazing Red, and then all the guys there that we know that came
Hmm.
out of that school and that are killing it. They all trained me. Not a single person that I could say like wasn't help. Everyone was a big help.
Yep.
From the start of training to when I did my first match, I will not say fashion was on my mind, which was super weird.
Okay.
So it was more of a try to find what's best for you, and I really wasn't finding that because obviously I wasn't being myself. I was just trying to be really good,
Gotcha.
and that wasn't showcasing at that time. um Moving forward, it was more of, like your friends, they always just tell you, yo, just be you, just
Yep.
be you. The wrestlers, just be you, just be you, let yourself out. That's the only way that you can be the best version of yourself. Like, you have to truly let that out. And that was basically it. I was like, all right, cool. I sat down in my room one day. I said, what do I love? What do I want to do? What can I bring into professional wrestling besides good matches? Besides, like, oh, a cool entrance and cool music or whatever.
Yep.
And it's my style. I do believe that no one dresses like me. I do believe that when it comes to the mind of creating, especially when it comes to sneakers, I'm up there. I'm up
Yep.
there with the best, and that's basically what I bring into the ring.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like my different styles, how I mentioned before.
No, definitely, definitely so. And here we go. We're gonna go to the comments one more time here. We got some love. We got Darius with the bend with the crown there. Got Kermit the lyric here saying Ruten number one. Got Matt Awesome in the chat. You're Ben that dude. What's going on, Matt? And so now I want to get into this. Like we said, I definitely was there. I got to see almost, I guess you could say, the infant stages of Ben
Yeah,
Rutten. I got to see those early days. Shout out to again those that were there that got to see that growth.
yeah, man.
Shout out to the Quins, all that. Like we would talk like Ben has a look. There was something with you. There was always that. There was something there.
Yeah.
And I remember the early stages of seeing what the mask would look like.
Mm,
So I do want to talk about that because I know now you've almost it's almost like shedding skin. Like I like to talk to you with Eden and stuff like that with Smiley. It's almost like having a different skin and having a
yeah.
different face to it. So what was it for you that made you almost start to evolve even that from those earlier stages of again finding yourself?
Yeah. So, yeah, all those guys that you just mentioned, they was all there. They all helped me. Um, for that time, it was like, all right, like I said, continue building yourself, keep thinking about what you want to do. When it came to
Yeah.
that mass was the fashion monster.
Okay.
So that's where that came apart. Obviously it's gone now.
Yep.
It's still in my possession, but it's not something, it's still true, and like it's deep in my heart. That's not
Gotcha.
going anywhere.
Gotcha.
Um, but those was times that it was getting there. Like you said, like there was something there. That was the
Yep.
number one thing I heard. Something's there. But obviously that's not an answer that someone else can answer for. That's
Of
not a
course.
question that someone else can answer for me. Like
Mhm.
they had to get that from me. I had to be that person to be like, okay, all right, I have something, so what is it? And it wasn't. it wasn't clicking for me at the time.
Gotcha.
And I'm still learning now. I'm still building myself now. Things are getting better every year. Every year you got to see a different style of Ben Rubin. But during that time, it was constantly going home, laying down, just thinking to myself like, what is it that I can't get out? There's something there that I just can't get out. And majority of it was like confidence. It was just the
Gotcha.
confidence. The confidence wasn't there. So I believe that I hide behind that mask.
Okay.
I think truly I was hiding behind that mask. And when I let that go, and I finally let everyone know that I let that go, I believe everyone started to see the real Ben Rutten from that start when it was the mask and I wrestled with it until I turned it into an entrance thing, and until now where it's you only got to see it if you go to my merch table just
Yeah.
so that you can get a good look of of past memories.
Gotcha.
But it's still there. I it's not going anywhere. I still sell merch with the mask on and stuff like that. But um it was definitely my shield. I was hiding behind
Gotcha.
that mask.
Gotcha.
So now it's more of like I'm out there. I'm letting you know who I am. No more hiding. This has been Hype Beast, best in the world. What I do when it comes to fashion alone.
Got you. No, that works. Here we go. We got Shakira saying he's doing a great job. Much love. Got that. Love that support. So also Matt also saying the evolution of Ben Rutten has been entertaining to see. He's like a fashion
Appreciate
onion. No, he definitely is. There's a lot of layers to it.
That's a
There's a
good
lot
one
of
right there.
there's, there's a lot of layers, and I now want to get into that. I do want to get into before we continue on the wrestling side of things. I want to get into the interest in fashion. I want to get into that part of it now. Like I said earlier, I wanted to find out first what was it that got you into wanting to step into that craft of wrestling. Now, what was it that caught your eye with the craft of fashion?
All
What
right.
was it that
So
first? Because this one, I feel like with wrestling, it's an easier one that it's like, cool. I saw this, I saw that, that got me hooked. With fashion, what was it that made you decide? You know what? I want to have my own look to this. You know.
I'll tell you this right now to start it off. I'm a mama's boy. I'm a mama's boy. My
Gotcha.
mom dressed me and found outfits for me maybe to like the 10th grade. Cause anytime she gave me that opportunity to go in my closet and find something, it was hideous. It just did not work out. It didn't match. It didn't do anything. But I love doing it. So it took the ugly outfits. It took the this doesn't work, maybe this part, this and that, and then finally being an adult and buying my own stuff and everything. That's when I started playing around with it a little bit more. That's when I stepped into like, all right, cool. I want to be an influencer with this. I want everyone to see this and not only go, oh, that's cool, but they like, I want it. But they know they ain't gonna look as great as I do with it. But they like, damn, I want it.
Got you. No, that works. And again, it's finding that and finding that look to it that's like, you know what? This is really this is what I've been thinking of. This is what I've been feeling.
Exactly.
This
Yeah.
is and that works. No, that definitely. And again, so now let's go into this. How was it for you finding how that would work in the wrestling side of things? Because we've seen it's no stranger to definitely some out there looks and definitely some
Mhm.
interesting choices when it comes to wrestling fashion. But for you, how was it to be able to translate your style, like you said, and your
Mhm.
taste of fashion to bring it into the wrestling world where it would make sense, where again, making it so it is something you could wrestle in, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's it. It was like a restart for me.
Okay.
So it started again from trying to find out what I want to do, and it
Okay.
was just hideous, and it wasn't working, and it wasn't doing this, and like so I had to grow into it. I
Gotcha.
had to get ideas from friends and family, and I had to really play with it, and really just go out there and be like, all right, cool, like I'll wrestle in this. I know I'm gonna have a good match, but let me see how I look. And if it's ugly, then we switch it up. So I had to go out there and I had to let all the fans, all the people see it.
Gotcha.
And I think that's what it was. It went from I always been big fan of button ups.
Gotcha.
So I declare myself the button up king. I declare myself the button up king. And I don't care what style of button up it is. I'm rocking it. I got it. It doesn't matter. That stood there. So that was kind of like the foundation.
Got you.
I had some wrestling gear made. A lot of people don't know that I have wrestling gear made, but I had some wrestling gear made that was a tribute to Freddie Mercury,
Ooh.
something of his
Okay.
style.
Okay.
And then I had the wrestling boots with it, and then I had the mask, and like as time went on, like as I said, I wanted to be more myself.
Okay.
You know, someone came to me and they was like, "Hey, do sneakers," and I was like, "Nah, nah, it's too expensive, man. This is,
I
my sneakers start at like 350 to start, because ain't nobody winning them on draft and like on standing online and for hundreds of people at Foot Locker. Ain't nobody doing that. So I gotta pay the resale price.
yeah.
So I wasn't gonna do that. I didn't want to do that. I said, listen, you want to see my sneakers? When I come in before I get dressed, you can take a picture with me. And I just kept hearing that same question,
Yeah.
like, why don't you wear sneakers? Why don't you wear sneakers? And I was just like, all right, then I'll have to switch up my whole style. And it was like, yes, dude, like, do you in the ring, like, play your style in the ring. And I gave it a shot. And man, not only did it blow up in the wrestling world, but I feel like as a superstar in the indies, like, I played a big part of also pushing sneakers into the wrestling world, just
Yeah.
like a lot of guys say they do and stuff like that. And everyone has. A lot. I'm not the only one who wears sneakers, but I will say I am the first indie superstar to have their own pair of sneakers.
I was gonna say that is something that I don't think anyone could top you. That like
No, no,
now
no.
you see a lot of the, especially mainstream, where you see the collaborations, but for someone to do this on their own and get this made, and again, I gave you credit off the air, but I definitely will say they do look dope. They definitely
Thank
do
you,
look
man.
dope, and it's something that I can imagine. I don't even want to imagine the headache creating that, and then again, the production and all of that
Don't even
value,
know.
like. But before we keep going, I do want to thank Darius here for the new subscription. Thank you guys so much. Those shoes are fire. They definitely are. Those some
Appreciate it.
fire kicks right there. Look at that. We got. I'm super proud of. That's awesome right there. Got again. Love the support here for Ben. So now I want to bring something up because before we get into again more deeper subjects here, there is going to be I got to get into a touchy one because again, I mentioned a lot of names earlier, especially when it comes from the place we were both from here, when it comes to wrestling and everything. There was one man, that a brother that definitely, I know he had his influence on you. You still see it now.
Yeah.
And Matt brought him up earlier, and I definitely got to get into this. The influence Maddie had on you.
Yeah.
And it's no secret. Again, you still see it. You still see it with you. You see certain things.
Yeah.
Even one of the looks right after everything, even at high intensity, you saw a real Maddie inspired look when it came to it.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about the importance Maddie had in you and just keeping that those feelings here and keeping that just that vibe even now.
Yeah. So it is a touchy subject.
Yeah.
But first I'll start I want to show this. So this is my Matt Travis tattoo. This is MBK, his Murder by Kicks group, MT, Matt Travis. And this was a design that my brother-in-law, who does all my tattoos, made for me. He freehanded this on me, and I love this tattoo to death, man. This is great. This means a lot to me. Um, when it comes to Matt Travis, if you hear everybody, especially from House of Glory, all the stories sound the same. He's so sweet. He always pushes me. He never talks this. He never says that. He's always asking me if I'm okay. He's always telling me to stay extra after training. He never lets me leave the ring. He's texting me at 2 in the morning saying like, "Yo, I just had an idea for you." You hear this from everyone because that's the type of person he was.
Yep.
Maddie was that guy. Maddie was that guy that you knew he was gonna get signed, man. And you
Yep.
can't just say that because he passed. Like, you really knew it.
Yep.
He was another reason why I said, man, like, I'm so big into fashion, like I need to put my style in there. Because anytime he had an idea about fashion in his his gear or with anything that he does, he did it right away. He
Yeah.
did it right away. He did it right away. And it was like he'll put it in like little hints, like the Louis Vuitton knee pads and
Yo,
stuff like that. All that
yo,
stuff
the
he wants to
trunks, man.
bring.
Those trunks were
The
fire, man.
fire, fire,
Yeah.
and he pushed me to the max.
Yeah.
So those 2 a.m. night calls and stuff like that, or text messages, or yo, you not training today? Like, just let's link up.
Yeah.
Those talks pushed me, man. And it sucks that he's not here, cause I would love for him to see me, and I'd love for him to basically continue to teach me and push me
Yeah.
more on doing this. So little things like fashion alone, and then my hair, that's for him, man. That's for him. My box braids are something that Maddie did, and I used to do it like outside just because I didn't know what to do with my crazy afro.
Yeah.
And I seen Maddie wrestling with it. I asked him how it is, and I tried it, and it was fun. My gear, when it comes to high intensity, we do the Matt Travis Memorial Battle Royal. um I've been in it since the first one, and to this day, I keep all that gear. That's hand designed, spray painted by my brother-in-law, once again, who does my tattoos. He's an amazing artist. Um, yeah, man, that stuff goes down in history. It goes down in history because it doesn't matter if it's a battle royal. Like that
Yeah.
right there, me going in there just punching a few guys in the face and throwing over the top rope. Every single punch, every single kick, every single toss over the top rope, that's for Maddie. And that's I cry once I get to the back every time. Every time. Every time I'm blessed to get an opportunity at House of Glory and wrestle there, I pray all the time to Maddie. So, one thing, I always say that, you all praise and glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I know he's, letting Maddie know how good I'm doing, and he's letting him watch me. So I'm gonna keep going. He's definitely one of the people that I keep going for.
No, definitely, man. And again, I know just like that mantra was just how that mentality was. He definitely was someone that wanted to see us all win. Like that was always the
Yeah,
the grind. There it was always that push, seeing everyone. And again, I see it. I see how
yeah,
that's inspired you, and I see again those little notes, those little touches. Like,
yeah,
I remember the last match you had, the last one I saw at We Are Wrestling, and I'm like, I see it, man. I see the little things. I see
yeah,
the little
man.
notes there, and it's like
Those
again,
hit me all the time, man. Every
yeah,
time somebody comes up to me and be like, "Yo, you know who you remind me of?" I say it in the back of my head. I'll be like, "Yo, please don't say Maddie. Please don't say Maddie, cause I don't like, dude. I don't know you, and then you're gonna come. You're gonna make me cry."
you know what? You know what's funny, and it's one that it got me because, um, my mom used to go to a lot of the shows before I started working with Hog and all that. She saw a lot, and she saw Maddie a lot. She knew Maddie, she knew all that. And there was once I think I was watching one of your matches or something. She's like, "Why does that look like?" I'm like, "Yep." And she was like, "He looks like Maddie." I'm like, "Yep." And I'm like, again, those little touches, little things like that. That again, for those that knew him and for those that again were a part of that, it
Yeah,
just means the world. And again, like Matt said earlier, and I would say it too, he definitely would be proud to see what you're becoming, man, and where you're going with all this. And again, the sky's still the limit, man. It's still
yeah,
it's one of those where it's still the start. Like you said, that evolution keeps going, and it continues this Friday. You know,
absolutely, yeah. This
so
definitely this Friday.
definitely. There we go, Maddie's. Matt Awesome saying he was strong influence, inspiration to all of us. He'd definitely be proud of you and all of us keeping his spirit alive. Definitely, man.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully. Let's get into it though, because I do want to talk about Friday, because like I said, it keeps going this Friday as We Are Wrestling presents Lo que pasó this Friday night at St. Helena's in the Bronx. We're gonna be in the Bronx this Friday. And Ben, you got a hell of a match coming up, as it's going to be you versus Stan Michael. So I don't know which direction you want to go with this one, because I want to ask your thoughts going into the match, but I also want to ask about your thoughts on the diss track, because again it's kind of awkward because, bro, he kind of got you with this one. Like it was a dope track. I can't lie. Again, you're my boy here, but it was a dope track.
All right, so damn, why am I saying? I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. It was good. It was good. Disrespectful, definitely using my favorite artist, Kanye, to try to humiliate me, but it's definitely something that I'm gonna get back for sure. But I'll give him some points for that. But before the diss track, I'll get to the actual match. With the match, when I stepped foot in We Are Wrestling, it started with the Battle Royal. I was the 30th entrant. Came in there, did my thing, didn't win, but I made sure people knew that they was gonna see me again. Came back again, beat the crap out of Santi in the pre-show. Made sure everyone knew that I was gonna come back. Came back to the 6 train scramble and beat the crap out of everyone there. Let everyone knew that this was gonna be my moment. This was gonna be my opportunity. This was gonna be the start to the takeover of We Are Wrestling by Ben Ruten himself, letting my style shine all over, letting We Are Wrestling know that I'm gonna level them to the top. I'm gonna bring them to the top.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna be that person, not their champion now, not their future champion. I'm the future champion. No one's taking that away from me, but Stan did, because he took my opportunity when he stole the victory I had. I had that match, and he swooped in and stole it. That's why this became more than a match. This became personal. You don't steal from Ben Ruten, especially my moments. And this is why what you think is going to be a wrestling match on Friday, it's far from that. It's an ass whooping from starting at level 10.
Oh, then again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you get those tickets because Friday's stacked. Friday's definitely going to be stacked. And this one right here, again, I've been looking forward to it. But once the words started flying, once the song started flying, I was like, oh, this just went to another level. And like you said, that right there, I don't know if Stan is expecting all this. I think
No,
he almost took this lightly. He took it with the diss track. It's like he's enjoying. He's in Nirvana right now. And I don't know if he knows the rude awakening that possibly is coming this Friday night.
I don't think he does. And I think a lot of people get distracted when it comes to my style.
Yeah.
And they like to sit here and go, well, oh well, he don't want to crease his shoes, or he don't want to, wrinkle up his shirt, or he don't want to get on his knees and dirty up his pants. Like, once that bell rings, it doesn't matter what I have on. It doesn't matter what I created. It doesn't matter how expensive it is. I'm gonna beat the crap out of Stan. So while he's there trying to figure out how he's gonna hit that high note, I'm figuring out how I'm going to crush his vocal cords. It's a big difference here. It's a big difference here. And I said it, and I said it today when I posted. I said the future for We Are Wrestling when it comes to Stan Michaels is no longer. It's gonna be no longer after Friday. You're not gonna see him for a very long time. So when it comes to Stan Michaels, when it comes to the House of Soul, when it comes to his little diss track, I'm gonna make sure that I put my freshest kicks on and stomp all of that out the way.
Not the fresh. Again.
Might be these, so you never
Oh,
know.
never know. You never know. You got that little preview right there, folks. Again, you got to be there this Friday. Like I said, it is going to be a stacked event. Be there. If you can't make it in person, make sure you're watching live on Title Match Wrestling Network. Again, a amazing card right there. Outside of one match that might be card subject to change, I'm still trying to work on that, but it's all good. It's all good. Gotta.
Listen, man. Like I said, I do a little prayer before my matches. I'll do one for you
I,
because you need it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. So just so that we can be able to have
Yeah,
another one of these.
we need to do a part two after. Again,
Yeah,
after
yeah,
whatever you do to stand, just so we could
yeah.
clear, we
And
could
what
talk
after
more about.
someone does to you? Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna work on that. We're gonna that,
We'll see. We'll see. Like
and
I
then
said, the prayer is coming for you.
Pete Rosado in the chat saying, "Ray, did you ask Ben for advice against?" Well, he just gave me a nice. He told me he's gonna pray for me here, so that's a good thing.
That's all I
Uh,
really can do. That's all I really can do. I'm not going in the ring and helping you.
no,
What? No,
I've tried to ask people that, and everyone's giving me the same type of response. See,
no.
Ben, a
Not
good
even if
dude,
you
praying
buy
for
me
you.
the world's most expensive sneaker.
Uh,
You can have fun with that.
I was gonna say, like, come on, man.
Nah, nah, nah.
I,
You be alright.
damn.
You be okay.
I was about to say, does Kanye have cameo? What if I get you a Kanye cameo? Like, could we work on something there?
We can talk. I want it
Hey,
first. I want it first. I want it first.
okay. We'll try to work something out. We'll try to. But back on the serious notion here. Back on the serious note. There's someone else. I feel like again, it's no. When you look at especially the mask design, and when you look at again the previous incarnations, if you will, of Ben Ruten, I feel like there's someone else that you could definitely see a little bit of an inspiration from, especially with your creativity. And I want to talk about how that felt with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
Because again, I feel like it's no stranger, especially if people know you and they've seen again that evolution of Ben Ruten. You could see
yeah,
the inspiration of Bray Wyatt from his own standpoint of creativity. So
yeah.
talk to us about that. And again, I know it's another touchy subject. My
Yeah,
apologies here, but it's
it is. But so backstory before the Fiend was a thing, I was in school and I was having gear being made, and the colors for it was black and red. When that theme got made and the drawing of the mask wasn't alive yet, but when the drawing of the mask got created, a week later, the video of the Fiend for the first time being sold was done, and it was
okay.
very similar to what I got done.
Got you.
And obviously back then it was just like, oh man, like people's gonna think I'm copying him. They're gonna call me the fake Fiend. They
Yeah.
call me the friend. There was so many nicknames from all of these all of these guys from this. And um yeah, man, it's after a while I wore it with pride, man. And he's definitely someone who, besides his brain, man, the way he
Yeah.
thinks, man, and the way he moves, he's someone as a big man who really, like, he gives you hope
Yeah.
when you're in wrestling school, trying to figure out, like, how can you make it. He gives you hope on, like, I can do this. I don't have to look like the Ultimate Warriors. I don't have to look like the Hulks. I don't have to look like all of them. Yes, we all want to stay healthy. We all want to be in great shape. That's a goal for everyone. But he showcased that he can be a top star in whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
No matter what he's wearing, no matter what, if he had a mask on or not, if he was just backstage cutting, videos and doing promos for that, it doesn't matter, man. He showcased that when he got in front of that camera, he was one of the best to do it. And watching that documentary and just hearing how much of a kind soul he is, he showcased what I want to be in wrestling. Like, yeah, man, when it comes to my opponents, we got to get down to business.
Of course.
But I want to be remembered as someone special. And that's what he brought to me. That's what he brought to my attention. Um, with that documentary and just hearing great things about him, and when he was first sick in the hospital. But yeah, he's definitely a big inspiration on me. He still is. I'm gonna carry that to the end of time. And God rest his soul.
And again, it's something that you still see it. You still see, like you said, that mask is still there with you. You see it there in the even in the kicks. That inspiration is there. That little bit of the homage and just again your own adaptation and taking that influence of being creative and letting your own creativity fly and not allowing that to be something that you should be afraid to use. Use that creativity and see where
Yeah,
it goes and seeing how it could again continue to flourish in the business. So
exactly.
I do have to ask that because I can imagine there are going to be those naysayers like, oh, how are you going to want to wear this and that? Like, how are you going to want to damage, again, great looking clothes and all of that? What was it for you that, again, making you find what is it that, you know what, this works. This is something I can use in the ring. And hey, it might be a little pricier, but I'll look fly doing what I do in the ring.
Like I said, it was more of just like it was more of going through the closet,
Okay.
the very gigantic closet of everything I have,
Gotcha.
and trying it out, but also taking it a step further.
Gotcha.
You know, like what you'll see Ben Ruin wearing in the streets compared to like, oh, this is what Ben Ruin would wear in the ring though.
Okay.
So the different styles between that.
Oh, so
So
there is a difference. I
yeah,
did want to
there's
ask.
a
Okay.
there's a big difference. You know, like I said, you'll see me in a button up in the street, but you probably wouldn't see it this color. You probably wouldn't see too much colors onto it. You know, you probably wouldn't see the crazy pants and stuff like that. The style is always there, but like I said, it's always different.
Gotcha. No,
So the
again,
style
that,
that
that
you
works.
see in me in the street is definitely not what you see in the ring. And the kicks definitely, I wear them wherever I go.
Gotcha.
So, but like I said, it was all about going out there. Did that work? Okay, it didn't work. Well, the pants worked, but not the top. All right, cool. Let me try it next time with these. You know,
Gotcha.
same thing you do like when you're at home. You know, you just be
Yeah.
like, hey, look, this outfit ain't working, but maybe it's just the pants for me. Let me just switch it up.
Gotcha.
And you know, going and creating new things and making sure that you know it fits right. It's ready for me in the ring. It's comfortable. It's something that I can move with. You know, jump around in anything that I do because I won't say I'm the most athletic person and stuff like that, but when I gotta take a risk and I gotta do something crazy, I'm gonna get it done,
Yeah.
whether it's a fail or not. But hey, listen, you gotta win. You gotta win.
Yeah. Hey, and again, it's what we love to see. And again, it's that innovation. And true again, that respect for both crafts. The craft when it comes
Exactly. Yeah.
to the ring and when it comes to your style, when it comes to the fashion sense of making it work and being able to make that perfect almost masterpiece of it all. Of being able
Yes.
to merge both again, both passions there and make it look work, make it look something amazing, make it work, and make it something where again it truly showcases your style. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that is awesome there. So now I do want to get into this side of things. I always like to ask this question and start seeing what every guest has in their radar, what are they watching. So for you, is there anyone that you want to again show? Maybe I should show it this way. Is there anyone you want to show your style to when it comes to inside the squared circle?
Ooh. You know why it's difficult for this question now?
Yeah,
Because of the rumors and what we heard. But a dream match that I wanted to have in the Indies for a very long time was always Jacob Fatu.
okay,
That was somebody that I wanted to work and showcase that I can be there at his level.
got you,
And you know, with rumors of him, you know, going away to WWE, whatever it is, God bless him. All you know, all wishes go to him. Um, pretty much, pretty much anyone at this time, bro. It's you can sit here and say anyone can get these hands, but at
got
the
you,
end of the day, whatever whatever company wants to bring in Ben Rutten, and this goes out to everyone. Whatever company wants to bring in Ben Rutten, give me the best that you got, cause I'm gonna give you the best that I got.
got you,
You are not gonna be disappointed when it comes to my style, in and out of the ring. So I want the best of the best, and I get it. We all say that. Every single person says that. But when it's time to perform, are they at the level with the best of the best? So that's my style that I'm going to showcase to wherever I'm at, and that definitely goes for We Are Wrestling.
Gotcha. No, and that works. Then again, that is definitely something that would be that true test of style. There, want to keep going with that, but
Yeah.
hey, I know again if he might be again taking his time away from the independent circuit. All success to him. But hey, he does have another cousin who also, throughout his vlogs, now you get to see a little bit of his style, and he does his thing. How about Ben Ruten versus Zilla Fatu?
Mm. If that can happen, let's make it happen. So, with you know, everyone knows his father,
Yep.
one of the best big men to do it. So, when it comes to Zilla, you see he's another person that you can say you see that in him.
Yeah.
He's he's killing it right now.
Yeah.
He's nasty, and he's wrestling every single week,
Yeah.
twice a week. I can definitely say that with him going around running rampant, killing everyone that he sees, I can see myself in his path,
Gotcha.
and we can definitely make something happen. That whole family's a beast. We all know that.
No, yeah, that's definitely
But
it's no secret
when
to that.
it, hey, as long as he's still here in the independent scene, let's make it happen. Whoever wants to do that, and I guarantee you, that match will be so fire,
There you
so fire.
go. To anyone that is listening, to anyone in the chat right now, because I know certain promoters in the chat right now, so I'm not going to name any names. He might have just commented something really interesting right here with this one. Can we get a pair of Rootin' ones on a pair of EVPs? That would be a very elite thing if that could happen. Who knows? Again, they do like to rock their see, but now I think they more have gone into the unfortunately the dress shoe side of things. I don't know if they're wearing as many kicks anymore, but who knows? Maybe one day they'll finally see the light again and start rocking some actual sneakers again. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I mean, also, Ben Ruin is a man of many styles, so you never know if there's a Ben Ruin dress shoe coming out one
Oh,
day.
well then,
I can't say too much,
no.
but
Again, no,
this
don't want
is
to give.
definitely not the first style of shoe. This is just the beginning, man.
Got you.
Just
Got you.
and I wanna use this moment right now. I wanna let everyone know this side note. This artwork was my first T-shirt ever. This was
Got you.
done by Danny Nemesis.
Hey, shout out to
We
the
all know
bro
who
there.
he is. He's a great artist,
Yep.
and I never got to send it to him, but hopefully he did see it. But his artwork is on my shoe because it means a lot to me. It also has my chain that says MBK on it. It's in real life it's a picture of Maddie, and this right here showcased the start of Ben Ruin,
Nice.
and it's now showcasing the start of the sneakers of Ben Ruin.
Nice.
So shout out to him for the beautiful artwork that's still living today.
Got you. There you go. There we go. We got Matt in the chat. Yo, what was going on? How much he charged for some custom ones? Matt, you might want to contact him because again, like we talked about earlier, it is definitely a very expensive process. So give him a call. Let him know. He'll work something out with you. He'll work something
Get
out and get
a
you.
discount.
He'll get you the root and fashion setup right there. He'll get you that setup right there. But again, it's awesome to see. And again, Ben, like I said, not just because you're on the show, it's great to see that evolution, seeing where it goes, and just seeing that again, it's still not even at the peak level, you know? It's
No,
at that
not at
point
all.
where it's like just to see where it could go.
Yeah.
Um,
Stay
Matt,
humble.
it's gonna
Stay
be in the
humble.
description down below. It's gonna be in the description down below. Get to him right there, and you're gonna know. Oh man, this is a good question there, Darius. We're gonna ask that just for you right there. What does it take to dress like Ben? I can already imagine what this answer is gonna be, but Ben, take it away.
You gotta be Ben. You gotta be Ben. Um, I can't say it word for word, so maybe it's probably the bad time to say. But it was a line in the Kanye West song, and he said everybody wants to be like Kanye, but you can't just like Kanye, and that's kind of like the same thing like me. You want to be like Ben Ruin, you want to just like Ben Ruin. You can follow in the footsteps, but you're never gonna reach the finish line. So, shout out to you if you ever get a compliment by me saying that we have similar styles alike.
There
But
you go.
wish you all the best of that.
There you go. That's gonna now become the competition of like, let's see, does this work? That's gonna be the. I know a lot of people have wrestling fashion for a while. That's gonna be the new gimmick for Ben. It's like, you
Yeah,
know what?
man.
This impresses me a little bit. Maybe I'll put you on my story. That type of
Yeah,
gimmick.
exactly.
So
Hey, listen. If you want to showcase your style, you let me know. You tag me, and I'll put you on the story. That's my whole thing, man. I'm not just out here trying to showcase my style. I want everyone to see the beauty of just fashion in general, the
yep,
beauty of wrestling style in general. So,
yep.
like, hey, man, if I see something I like, you definitely noticing that it's going on my page.
Got you. And no, and again, it works because I feel like it might be just pun intended here, but creating and being an innovator of a style here, especially again, no secret of who you were trained by, it almost fits because it's no secret of the innovator he was when it comes to his style in the ring to again now his students following suit with their own innovations. You see anyone that Red touched, you see that innovation. You see how
Yeah,
they follow suit and seeing you with again your innovation when it comes to your style, both in the ring, like you said, out of the ring, and just again using both passions to make the Ben Rutten we see. That
yeah,
is awesome to see, though.
yeah. So when it comes to Red, he's not a teacher of like, hey, just be like me.
Of
Just
course.
try to do everything I do, which is definitely hard. So
Uh,
if you I probably would have ended my career already if I tried to do half the things that he do. But he's an innovator for sure. And he teaches you how to do that in your own way. And he taught that to many people, you know, main event, Charles Mason, Nola Catano, Maddie, Ken Broadway, Montequia, Evander James, the list goes on and on. When it comes to these guys, you cannot, and this is a shout out, you cannot say that their style is like anybody else.
yep.
And that's the beauty of where we come from. My style is like no one else. Red style is like no one else. You can all try to mimic it. You can all try to copy it. You can all try to follow in those footsteps. But once again, you are not going to hit the finish line trying to be like that person. And that was the beautiful thing that he taught us. So, hey, that's why we are where we are, and we're staying humble with it, and we're pushing. We're never gonna act like we're there yet. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Especially, he teaches us how to be super, super humble. And with his style of wrestling, it just makes you want to think instead of just saying, let me try to do that. And that's what he did for me. And it made me think outside the box of what can Ben Ruin do that it's not the same as everyone else. So that's where my mindset is to this day until the day I hang up the boots. I'm still gonna stay humble and I'm still gonna keep learning. I'm still gonna try new things because the style always gotta switch up.
There you go. No, that's perfect. And again, it's ever changing. It's always going to be that constant evolution. Like we said, we could have this convo here. Who knows by part two what the look and what Ben Rutten will be next. So you never know.
Listen, man, no matter where it comes, you never know. It can be gold around my waist. It can be a brand new sneaker here. It can be I could be the owner of We Are Wrestling. You never know, man. Listen. When it comes to my style, I want to reach the top of the top. So whatever
Got you.
that is, I will get there eventually.
Got you. But Ben, before I let you go, because I know again you're a busy guy and you got to get ready. Because again, Lo que pasó is getting closer by the minute. Again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you get your tickets. Be there at St. Helena's this Friday night. It will be Ben Rutten versus Stan Michael. But Ben, before I let you go, I have to ask you the final question I ask everyone that comes on, and that is for Ben Rutten. What is the end goal, brother?
So the end goal, it kind of goes with the whole conversation we have, everything that we go, to put my style on the map, to showcase that when they speak about Ben Ruin, they go, no one's doing this. I'm the first one to claim myself as a hype beast in professional wrestling. I don't think anyone else is doing that. I'm the first one to have my first shoe in the indies right now. No one else is doing that. and I want to be the first at many things that I do. When it once again, when it comes to inside the ring and outside. So my goal, my end goal is to make sure that when I'm said and done and all of this is over with, they go, no one done it like Ben Ruin. No one did it like him. His style was at the top. I don't think no one can mimic it. I don't think no one can copy it. And throughout his whole journey, he kept learning and he stood humble the whole way. You know, the only time, like I said, when we get in that ring is a different story. For example, Stan Michaels for this Friday. Um, I'm nice and humble now. I'm being gentle. I'm playing my cards right. But Friday, when that bell rings,
Again, guys, there's a reason you want to be there. If you can't be there in person, make sure you check it out on Title Match Wrestling Network. Pete saying this here. That definitely would be great to see. First ever pro wrestler to have a feature during New York Fashion Week. That might be something. That might be something to see.
that might be
But
something. Like I said, first for everything. That's my goal.
that's
First for everything.
there you go. But before we let you go, Ben, I want to remind everyone that is watching to go give you a follow on all your social media right there. Follow Ben on Instagram right there, HypeBeast_Ruten. Follow him on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at deadend_Ruten right there. Links to both of those. And again, to be able to contact him to inquire about those lovely sneakers right there will be in the description down below. And once again, if you haven't already, make sure you're in the building for this Friday's We Are Wrestling Lo Que Paso Paso. And stay tuned to big things coming soon for Ben and more. So, guys, we'll be back later on tonight with Mr. Darius Carter. But till then, Ben, thank you so much for joining us here. And to everyone watching, as always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft. And we'll see you guys on the next one.